Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these zipper pouches using the June Taylor's Quilt-as-you-go kit that includes the batting you will need plus the zipper. Okay, so I've got some fabrics together like I said I was going to find for this, and knowing that the zippers are navy. So to remind you, this is the Quilt-as-you-go cosmetic bag that I want to do with the Quilt-as-you-go battings from June Taylor. Comes with the navy zippers, so I have to use fabrics that go with navy. Here is the batting that comes in the package, and I'm going to start with the small bag. Maybe I should start with the big bag. Let's start with the big bag. Okay. So first I just need to cut 1/2. So there's 2 pieces that go for each bag. So I've got this is 1 piece. We're going to set this aside. And here's my 1 piece. Okay. In my instructions, it will tell me, so let's see. It'll tell me what to cut. So for the large bag, this is the kind of instructions it has. Pieces 1 through 4 and 9 through 12. I need 8 5-inch squares. So right now I just need to look at the 8 5-inch squares, 2 2.5 by 15, 2 2.5 by 18, 4 2 by 14, and 2 19 by 13. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sizes to cut. So I am going to go ahead and do that, and you can join me back. Okay, so you will see that I have this piece of the bag. What I did is I cut a backing because this is Quilt-as-you-go, and I used my 505 spray, and I just sprayed it on there and then laid my backing down, and that's going to adhere enough for me to start the sewing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to sew around the outer edge, because we will need that later when we go to trim this, when we have all our fabrics on it. Okay, so here is my batting, and we are going to see this is number 1 and this is number 2. So those are the first 2 we're going to start with. I'm going to lay number 1 right on it, so it's right on the line. Then I'm going to lay number 2 right on the line, and I am going to sew 1/4 of an inch. And so that when I'm done, it should open up and touch this line there. Then I'll be ready for the next 2 pieces. So let's start with that. Okay, so my fabrics are stacked. Okay, so I've sewed this together and I've pressed it. And now for my next 2 pieces that I'll show you. So these were 1, 2, here's number 3. This one's going to be a whole 5-inch block, and I'm going to lay it here, sew it, and press it open. I'm going to not cut anything yet. I'm just going to let that hang over the line here. This is the edge of the bag, but we're going to go ahead and leave that extra. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So this is number 4. Lay my piece down. And so now continuing with the sewing, we are going to add a strip here. You can see, just like before, we're going to place it on top of the last piece, and we're going to sew across the line. Once you've finished adding all of the pieces on the front, you're now going to turn over your piece, and where you have sewed the original line around the outside, that's now where we're going to cut. You can't see it here on mine, but you'll be able to see it on your own. I am simply cutting away just outside of the sewn line that is the outer edge of my bag. And if you like more tutorials like this, please hit the subscribe button. Next, I'm taking a glue stick and I am going to glue down the edges so that they stay in place while I am sewing. This is a glue stick that is made for sewing. And I'm going to continue to do that on all of the small pieces that may be out of place as I'm sewing. The zippers that come in the kit are a special type that are sewn with a bias tape. They are going to allow us to easily slip the edge of our zipper bag in between the two layers of bias tape. And once we have that in place, we are simply going to take that to the sewing machine and we are going to sew very close to the outer edge so that we catch the fabric in the bag itself, in the body of the bag itself, into our sewing. And now we're going to take our bag and place it underneath our sewing machine and simply sew one line of stitching at the very end of the zipper. You'll do that for both ends of the zipper. This will be the place where your zipper will stop zipping, and it will keep that zipper secure once the bag has been put together. The one step that I have not shown you yet is you first are going to sew these side seams together. Once those side seams are sewn together, you will now go down and sew the bottom seam as you are seeing here. You're going to leave the boxed notches unsewn until the next step. And now you're going to take the bag, and where the notches are in the corner, you're going to open up that notch and you're going to fold them together like you see here. Now we're going to sew straight across that seam to make the corner. And by doing this on both sides, the bag will stand up. And now we're ready to turn the bag inside out, or should I say outside in.